Hi, everybody. Oh, look at me. Sorry, I'm going to use you as a mirror. I got hair flying around. Anyway, this is the last part of the mansion tour. And I have to start this video a little differently. Most of my family is in Germany. Some of them I have never even had the opportunity to meet. Uncle Hans, Guten Tag. He told me I need to learn to speak German, and I can't. So that's all I got for you. All right, so we're coming out of the dining room and heading into the last two rooms. It's a big, big deal, okay? When you come in to the left, no, this is the right hand here, folks. This is going into my bedroom. If we go straight across, we go right into the living room. So let's do the bedroom tour. It's quick. It's not exciting. Okay. Going into my bedroom. This used to be one big living room, these two rooms. So this is very convoluted, but it works. And you know that the door to the outside is right next to my bed and is 50 feet from the road at the most. This bureau, both bureaus in the room, were my mom's. And when she passed away, they were a blonde oak. And you know, I got out the gray paint to do the walls. Everything's gray, which, you know, I was reading that gray is now out of style. I never did it because it was in style. I just like the neutrality of it. So everything stays gray. You see my light ring when I do my silly makeup and picture of my boys. Let me just tell you the two boys. Dennis, all right, this is Den, is my oldest son. He has chosen not to be known at all. So that's the only time you may not hear me mention him more than once or twice. And this one is Michael, which you hear me talk about constantly. And the cute thing is, I even from the years he was playing ball, have a big ring of him. Both boys were very, very athletic. And then this hanging tapestry, Michael went to Machu Picchu in Peru with two of his cousins. Gosh, I don't even know how many years ago now, but brought that back for me. It was handmade alpaca. Isn't that nice? Then I have pictures of the fam and wedding pictures that I don't even supposed to show those, so let's kind of gloss over it. And a heating cooling unit in this room, because in the summer, this room doesn't even get that hot, but I can, you know, I like cold. And that's the only time I use that. It never gets used in the wintertime. When we come around, this is my little makeup area because, you know, the bathrooms are not big enough. So I have a million things, and the little seat that opens up, plus my blow dryer and curling irons and flat irons. And unfortunately, no matter how much I scream, Parker thinks that's for her claws, even though she has a claw tree. Then I have a big closet here. I did not clean up a lot for you folks, so what you see is what you get. But I have to, who shows the closet? I have to show the closet because I built this myself. Year before last, I got mad at my closet and said, that's enough. So I look at it, I'm so proud of me. I built that whole unit by myself. And I have quite a few clothes only because of work. You know, you never see me in decent clothes when I'm not in work. The bed, I've had a problem figuring out what to do with the bed. I don't want, you know, to be ruining the wall and it's up against the wall. So I put in the day bed. This is a feather bed. It was my mom's, and it keeps me nice and warm. But under it is the weighted blanket that I've talked about. If you have issues sleeping, that weighted blanket has been phenomenal. And then, you know how I talked about needing a new pillow? And I had bought a pillow. And wait a minute, I got to read. I brought in my iPad so I could read what it was I bought. I bought a bubble gel memory foam bed pillow by Comfort Resolution. This is the bloody pillow. All right. It's fine. It's supposed to stay cool. This side stays cool. It's kind of bumpy. But it's firm gel. So you can see I can sink right into it. But it's pretty firm. I paid $75 for it. Ask me if I love it. It's good enough. For $75, it may see me through the end of days. The bottom of the day bed has storage, And I'm not going to pull it out only because of the rug. Feisty, the younger cat, is skinny enough to get in over here. So I had to build covers for the storage because she was sleeping in them. This is my little jewelry rack. I love this silly thing. Now, here's the problem. I don't wear jewelry. All of this I've gotten at different points in my life, and I can tell you some of it has never been worn, rest of it maybe once. My little clamshell was made by my friend Joanne, so it just had to find a place to sleep. That's the bedroom. It's not a big deal, but, neither am I. We're going to go into the living room. So I come out, I'm right in the living room. See how small this place is? I love it. You've been in the living room before, but let's do the whole... All right, so when you walk in, the window on the driveway side, the couch, looking at this. Do you love it? I made this in November. Took 2 hours. Yarn is expensive, but it took 2 hours. Then I have a couple of end tables where one of my girls from work, Yvonne, who's a good friend who's been with me for 36 years, gave me a gift card, and I got the lamps. You've seen my cute little thing here. I don't know what I've talked about, the air plant, which I forget to even missed. These are pine cones from the redwoods in California. Don't tell anybody because it's not legal to bring them home, but they're not going to do anything there. And then this. This is one of my most prized possessions. It's a piece of glass. It has little colored stones or whatever on them, and this little plastic girl. There's a story, and you're going to hear it. My brother was my favorite person, one of my favorite people in the world. I thought he was my son. I'll talk about him more another time. But when he was 8, he made this, glued on, he said the jewels, all the gems, and gave it to me and said, "This is you." This means the world to me. And when we talk about my brother, he's no longer alive. So that just has the place of honor here. Picture of my brother-in-law who passed away, and my favorite Fatima that I've spoken about. And these are the roses from my mom's bouquets at her funeral that I just dried and left there. Down here, this little storage unit is full of yarn. Only because right now I'm making the baby stuff. This was from Wayfair, silly little thing, but I love it. A couple little drawers. Just a little bit of decoration because you know how I feel about clutter. This is about as much as my mind can handle. And then my computer programmer at the salon came over one day and let himself in and put this on the wall for me so there are no plugs. And yes, Steve, these are all covered because I can't do clutter. This is Karen's seat. It's officially Karen's seat. When Karen comes over for tea, that's where she always sits, across from me with a little table that's only used for her cup of tea. Then I have a couple pothos, and the picture of the wedding, and my yarn that's going right now. This thing I covered with the same material that's on that chair. And that has storage in it. I like this little thing because I can throw in, and you'll see there's more yarn, what I'm working on now so the cats can't get to it, and use it for a footrest. But this photo is from Lake McDonald in Glacier National Park in Montana. And, God, in 2004, Michael was 21, and he and I went cross-country. We flew out to California and then did a tour of things he wanted to show me because Michael's been a traveler. And we took a canoe across this lake, Lake McDonald, and while we were canoeing, a bald eagle just kept pacing us. So that's, anything in here is memories. And that's one of my favorite memories of spending that kind of quality time with Michael. The other thing you wanted to see is the finished baby blanket for Chelsea. So because she hasn't made up her mind, hasn't made up her mind, that was just so stupid. She hasn't found out if she's having a boy or a girl. This blanket the ends have pink and blue. and I crocheted that. And then the little hat I just decided to do, but look, I love this thing. And what I did is crocheted a little flower in case it's a girl, and the blue puff on top in case it's a boy, and they're just loosely tied, and she can take off whichever one she has to take off for her child. So the living room is very anticlimactic. Makes me happy. It's mine. If you come through here, this is that little opening back to the dining room. I have all my little knickknacks. Anything that's really important to me, Michael had given me this. This is both of the boys. This is Michael's from playing soccer, and this is something he made. Over on this side, I have a little clock that Dennis got me when he went to Venice many years ago, and a picture of the Council Oak in Dighton, where I'm from. That was a huge tree that has great historical significance. The Council Oak in Dighton, Mass, if you ever want to look it up. Here's my German stuff, Uncle Hans. I have my Guten Morgen cup, and then I have teacups for my Oma, Uncle Hans's mom, and more. And then I have papers saying where they're from so that the boys will know. And down here, this came from Germany, as did this, Bremerhaven. And my mother brought these over with her from Germany, or got them somehow from Germany. And they were always, see, we use these as kids, it says, so that the boys understand that they were from Omer, and it says that on it. I don't use them because I'm afraid to break them. But I do have my German heritage on display a little bit. So that's the short version of the rest of the house. So yeah, I guess I'm more sentimental than I think, aren't I? But everybody have a nice day. Auf Wiedersehen.